This is the hardest year ever to adapt to the dribbling. But lucky for you guys, I'm gonna make that process so much easier today. This is gonna be the #1 dribble tutorial on all of YouTube for NBA 2K23. I'm not only gonna give you guys tips on how to dribble better, but I'm gonna show you every single move that I do and how you guys can do them too. I'm also gonna show you guys my animations, my settings, my badges, and everything that I know that'll help you to become the best dribbler in NBA 2K23. Something that you guys gotta know is that next gen and current gen, you have the game with the city and you have the game with the cruise ship. As far as the dribbling goes, it's the same. So I'm gonna be doing this game on next gen, but if you're on current gen, it is the same. And I hope you guys didn't skip to the middle of the video because this is very important. This year, dribble moves don't only unlock depending on your ball handle, but also your height. So if you are under 6'5", you have a bunch of different dribble moves compared to the builds that are above 6'5". And I was waiting to do this video because my first build was 6'2", so I do have the best dribble moves for smaller builds. And now I have grinded out a build that is 6'6", so I also have dribble moves for taller builds. If you guys want to be one of the first subs to my IRL channel called Life of Solo, make sure to check it out. The link will be in the description. And before we hop into this video, if you guys still haven't, make sure to press the red subscribe button. We're on the road to 700,000 subscribers. I would appreciate if you could sub up and turn on my post notifications so you guys don't miss a streamer upload. Since I'm going to get very in depth in this video, and this video is probably going to get pretty long, I would appreciate if you guys could drop a like in this video. Let's aim for 10,000 likes. But without further ado, let's hop into the ultimate hand cam dribble tutorial. Okay, you guys can see I'm in the Gatorade training facility. I got some of my students here. Okay, one of them just left, but I got my other student here, Reg. You know what I'm saying? He's just taking notes. He's just watching me dribble because I was dribbling before. And, he's just here for a little live performance of the video. All right, now, but seriously, I want to start you guys off with my controller settings. This is something that I do in every single video. And there's not really much to change this year, if anything at all, when it comes to the dribbling. I put my shot meter on off, and then shot timing release, I usually have this on late. If not late, you want to have this on early. But when it comes to dribbling, you guys need to have pro stick function on default, pro stick orientation on absolute, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll scroll down. You guys can save these settings if you want, but they really don't matter. Next up, I want to show you guys my playmaking badges, and this is on my 6'2" guard build. Not that the badges really change depending on your height, but I just wanted you guys to know that. And I do get 29 playmaking badges on this build. I believe my ball handle goes to a 94. Now, if you guys are on current gen, you do not have this tiered badge system, so you guys are definitely gonna want to put on killer combos, handles for days, and even clamp breaker as soon as you can. But on next gen, you guys got to spend 10 badge points in tier 1 and tier 2. So I put quick first step on Hall of Fame. I feel like it's a no-brainer. If you can get it, you have to do that. And then Unpluckable is very important because steals are so OP, especially right now. I think they're gonna patch them soon. Maybe they patch them by the time you guys are seeing this video, but I have Unpluckable on gold. You guys can see I cored handles for days down here. That freed up 7 badges, and that's how I was able to get clamp breaker on gold. Coring your badges is extremely important this year. You guys see the core challenge meter down there in the bottom middle. If you guys go over any badge, you can see your progress with this badge. Once you fill that bar, you can press Y. You guys see press Y to uncore because I already have it cored. But you can core this badge and it'll take 7 badge points to get handles for days on gold. But because I cored it, it costs 0. You guys see on the right hand side of the screen, your core badges cost 0 badge points. So make sure you're always checking your core challenges, and when you can core badges, make sure to do it because it's going to free up so many badges. And if you're wondering how do I fill up that meter, basically you just have to do whatever the badge is. So quick first step, you got to take a lot of quick first steps, or bailout, you got to throw a lot of bailout passes and the meter will fill. Also, vice grip is a badge that might be really good this year. You guys see increases a player's ability to secure the ball against steal attempts after obtaining possession from a rebound, catch, or loose ball. Some people are saying this is like glue hands from last year, which wasn't good, but steals are crazy this year. Even if you catch the ball, sometimes you just get ripped immediately. So vice grip, I put this on bronze, and that's pretty much it as far as the good playmaking badges go. Mismatch expert is of course a really good one, but I don't have enough badge points to get that. Next up, I have a pro tip for you guys. If I go over to progression and then down here to get boost, you guys can see there on the right, weekly workout. I have 4 stars for speed, and you guys see the rest. Perfect workout, 8 hours remaining. And so what this does is actually gives me +4 to my speed. You guys see what else I got? 3 stars on Excel, so that's +3 to Excel, +4 to my stamina. And so how you guys do your workout is you guys want to come to the Gatorade training facility. If you guys are on the cruise ship, just walk to the end of the cruise ship. I think it's by the 3s courts. And if you guys are on next gen in the city, the Gatorade gym is right here. So you just want to take the E small station and then walk over and just do all your workouts. If you click Y or triangle on your controller, you guys can see all of the workouts you need to do. And it'll also tell you like what workouts hit speeds. So for example, speed, you could go on the treadmill, which is very easy. And yeah, this resets every week. If you want to get an extra Gatorade stamina bar, that's why I do it. You need to get at least 3 stars on all of them. So let's say you're messing one up really bad bad, just dashboard or close app because it won't count. You guys see in the bottom, Gatorade Turbo Boost applied. That helps a lot with dribbling this year. It might take you some time, you know, maybe 10 minutes to get 3 stars on all of them, but it's definitely worth it because you'll be set for a week. Now we have a part of the video that I know a lot of you guys clicked on this video for. We're going to be going over the best dribble moves in the game as of right now. I've taken a lot of time to lab a bunch of different dribble moves and find which ones are truly the best. So I'd appreciate it if you guys could sub up and of course drop a like in this video. Now something you guys need to know if you guys skip to this part of the video is that different heights get different dribble moves. So to start, I'm going to be doing dribble moves for builds that are under 6'5". So right now I'm on my 6'2" build, so I'm going to be going over those dribble moves. But I will also talk about the builds that are above 6'5" in this video. I have dribble moves for everybody. Okay, so for dribble style, when you guys see one here that says owned, that means that it's probably a pretty solid one. The other ones are not the best, and I have tested out some of these SIGs on other builds, but on this build I've tested out, you know, all the ones that say owned. So as of right now, the dribble style I'm using is Michael Jordan. I think it gives you the quickest speed boost. Some people really like Chris Paul down here. I've been seeing a lot of hype about it, like on TikTok and some other dribble move videos. People like Chris Paul, so you guys could try both. I, however, have tried both, and I just like Michael Jordan more. Some people say Chris Paul gives you like a crazy speed boost. I don't really see it. I think Michael Jordan gives you a crazy speed boost. So try both if you want, but the way that I dribble, and you know, if you want my exact dribble moves, you got to put on MJ. Steve Nash is also decently solid, and then we also have James Harden, which isn't terrible as well. Now we have the signature size, which is one of, if not the most important dribble move in the entire game. So you guys definitely do not want to put on a bad one for this one. Now we have 3 right here that I have tried out and bought: De'Aaron Fox, Steve Francis, and Darius Garland. These are all really good. The best one of these 3 is Steve Francis, and that is the one that I am currently using. But the thing with Steve Francis is it's not the one that I've been using all year. If you guys go down here to the bottom, you will see, well, we have Tracy McGrady. That's my one that I use on like builds above 6'5", so we'll get into that later. But you guys see Trae Young. This is the one that I've been using in pretty much all of my park games. So Trae Young, this is a very good signature size up. But before I was doing this video, I was like, you know what, let me do some last minute testing. Let me try out a bunch of other SIGs, and Steve Francis is very good. And once we get to the dribble tutorial, I'm going to show you why. But if you want to use Trae Young, I can't really blame you. I would say Trae Young or Steve Francis is like top 2. And then if I had to pick a third, I would probably go with Darius Garland. Now we're onto the size up escape packages. And again, similar to the signature size ups, this is one of, if not the most important dribbles, at least for how I dribble. And I'm going to show you a very important move that I do. It's probably my favorite move that I do, that is using one of these size up escapes. There's 2 size up escapes that I like a lot. The first one being Damian Lillard, and the second one being John Wall. Now I should have mentioned this earlier, but you guys see in the bottom left hand corner that it says requirements: ball handle 90 plus, and then also height under 6'10". And you guys see John Wall, you need an 80 plus ball handle. So most builds can get the John Wall one, and this goes for basically any dribble. You guys see as I'm scrolling, their requirements change. And on next gen, if you guys don't even meet the requirements, so let's say Damian Lillard, you need a 90 ball handle, but you only have an 88, so you can't get the dribble move. It's not even going to appear in the animation store, so you're going to only think there's a few options. Nah, there's a lot of options, but you can only see the ones that you can get. Now on current gen, you can see all of them, so it's a little bit different. But the size of escape package that I use is going to be John Wall, and I'm going to show you why later in the dribble tutorial. This is a very important move. I use this on both my builds, my 6'2" and my 6'6". It gives a really good misdirection behind the back, if you guys know what that is. And when it comes to Damian Lillard, I do like the Damian Lillard little side long hezzy move a little bit better, but John Wall also has a decent one, and I like the misdirection behind the back you get out of John Wall, so I'm definitely gonna be going with John Wall. When it comes to moving crossovers, I don't really do these pretty much like ever, so it doesn't really matter to me. But the one that I do use is Kyrie Irving, so you guys can honestly mess around and like put on whatever, because it doesn't really matter, because this is when you're running down the court and you do a crossover. Like I don't really do that much, and I also play a lot of 2s, so I don't really like run down the court full speed. But Kyrie Irving is the best one as of right now. Now for moving behind the backs, I'm a little bit different. A lot of people I've seen like Zach LaVine, I think it is, or it might be James Harden. I think it's Zach LaVine. A lot of people like the Zach LaVine behind the back. There it is on the right hand side. You guys can see it. It's a little bit like wild and like, you know, not as smooth as the one I'm about to show you. And the one that I use is Stephen Curry. So you guys see it right there. It's way smoother. It reminds me of a behind the back from like 2K20. I think it was called like Pro 4 or Pro 6. I forget which one, but it's a very smooth behind the back, and this is the one that I use. So Stephen Curry move behind the back, you guys are gonna want to put that on. For moving spins, you guys want to put on basic. I think any build can get this, and it's just the best spin back in the game. I'll show you guys why later. For moving hesitations, I actually just keep it on normal. Same with moving step backs, I keep this on normal, and this is what gives me the Asta slide. If you guys know what the Asta slide is, it's a very effective move. I'll show you guys how to do it later. And also you could do the fake peek with this, if you guys know what that is, even though I haven't really been doing too much of those. The main reason I have on normal step back is for the Asta slide. I don't change my triple threat style, so I just have it on normal, park flashy passes, I don't have any of these. And then for pass style, my pass accuracy is actually really low, so I can't even get any of these. But I heard LeBron James pass style is really good, so if you guys can get that, put that on. Okay, so now if you guys have a build over 6'5", I'm gonna real quick go over dribble moves that I use on my 6'6" build. I think the cutoff is 6'10", so if you do have a build that's like 6'11" or something, I mean, you probably don't get a lot of dribble moves anyways because you're so tall. So this is for builds that are 6'5" to 6'10". Now for dribble styles, it's the same one as I use in my other build. Michael Jordan is the best dribble style in the game. For signature size ups, now this is one that I'm still testing a little bit. De'Aaron Fox, like I said before, is a pretty good one, but the one that I've been using is Tracy McGrady. For size up escape packages, you can get John Wall on the taller builds, so that's what we're gonna do. Also, like I mentioned before, you only need an 80 ball handle, which a lot of builds can get, so put on John Wall. For moving crossovers, like I mentioned before, this does not really matter that much because you don't really do too many moving crossovers, but I think I have on James Harden. For moving behind the backs, we cannot get Steph Curry on these taller builds. I mean, maybe you can if your ball handle's high enough, but Steph Curry, I think it might be one of the dribble moves where you have to be under 6'5". So for this build, we have on the Zach LaVine moving behind the back. Moving spins, of course, we are just going to use basic. For moving hesitation, similar to my other build, I just have on normal. For moving step backs, like I said before, I want to get the Asta slide, so we're going to use normal for the moving step back. And then again, for these three down here at the bottom, triple threat styles, park flashy passes, and pass style, they don't really matter. I don't touch any of them, but pass style, if your pass actually is high enough, put on the LeBron James pass style. All right, now it is time for a part of the video that I'm sure a lot of you guys clicked on this video for. We have the dribble tutorial. So if you're on next gen, you guys just want to find a subway station, you know, they're at any of these locations here on the map, and you guys are going to want to go to the East Mall station right here. This is going to bring you to the Gatorade training facility gym. If you run out of the station here and make a quick right turn, you guys will see the Gatorade facility is right here. Now, if you guys are on the cruise ship, you just want to go to an elevator, which you can find easily. Click the elevator and then go to your My Court if you want to practice dribbling. So you guys, if you're on next gen and you don't know about this, walk to the back of the Gatorade facility and then go up here. You can reserve a rental court. You just want to press your left bumper and then take your ball out and it'll allow you to dribble. Okay, so if you guys are brand new to NBA 2K23 and you really don't know about the dribbling, the first thing that you guys will have noticed is the adrenaline boost down there on the bottom of your screen. Now you guys see I have 0. Those 3 little bars below my stamina bar, I have 0. So if I want to do any move, look what's going to happen. You're going to fumble the ball. You're not going to be able to dribble. And that's what 2K did this year to combat, you know, all the left-righters, the people that would just go left and right repeatedly and just spam dribbling. This is what 2K did in order to stop that. Now, something I learned, which I'm just going to put in this video because I don't know what video to put it in, is when you're inbounding the ball, let's say you're on the 2s or the 3s, whatever, and you're in the corner, you know, you got your inbounder in the middle there. A lot of people sprint to the ball, but if you just tap your right trigger like this, just tap right trigger while you're running, you actually don't lose any adrenaline boost. Whereas if you run to the ball, you will lose an adrenaline boost. Now, with these adrenaline boosts, if you guys dribble in place, you will not lose any. You guys see all of this dribbling that I'm doing right now. I just lost one because I ran forward, but if you just stay dribbling in place and you don't actually use your left stick to run anywhere, you will actually not lose any adrenaline boost. That's why people like Steezo can do so much crazy things, because he does a lot of standstill dribble moves. But like I said, once you take that first step like that, that's when you're going to lose the adrenaline boost. So you guys need to be very careful, and you need to utilize your left-right movements, like this is a right movement, to the best of your advantage. Only really do it when you know that you can get open. Like if you know you're going to kill your defender, run to the right, because now look, I only have one more boost and I'm going to be kind of screwed, and I just used it right there, so I'm probably going to have to pass and, you know, hit my center on a pop or something, because once you're out of adrenaline boost, you are basically screwed. All right, but let's get into the dribble tutorial. Now, the reason that I had you guys put on Steve Francis signature size up, and this is what I just figured out literally today when I was labbing dribble moves, is that this is actually better than Trae Young, because the speed boost you get out of it is one of the quickest in the game. And so it looks like this, just like that. You saw how fast I just did that crossover and ran out of it. There's no other dribble move in the game that allow you to run that fast, and now I'm out of adrenaline boost, so like it's gonna make me, you know, go really slow. So let me shoot the ball and get my adrenaline boost back. But let's just say that you're just dribbling in place and then you want to run out. The Steve Francis like run out animation, the speed boost you get out of it is the fastest one that I could find, and for that reason we are using Steve Francis signature size up packages. And of course, how you do that, and I'm not gonna put no arrows on the screen, like for some of these I'll pop a controller up to show you like what you guys need to do, but for this it's literally just flick the right stick top left, because the ball's in my right hand, so I'm gonna flick it top left like that to do a crossover. Now if I want to do the other way, I'm gonna flick the right stick top right just like that. And right as you do that, you want to press the sprint button and run in that direction. So I'm going to flick it up there and I'm going to run in that direction. Now, another pretty cool thing about Steve Francis signature size ups is this little behind the back thing you can do, and you can spam it back and forth. In 2K22, we called it the solo shuffle, if you guys do remember. So I mean, you guys could call it that if you want, the solo shuffle. Now, I don't think it's that effective to just spam back and forth. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but I don't think it's that effective. And how you do this is you don't touch your right trigger. A lot of the dribble moves this year, you have to hold right trigger while you do them, but for this, you just flick bottom left. You know, the ball's in my hand, so I'm going to flick diagonally down left with the right stick, of course, because that is the dribbling stick, and it'll do that. And if you want to go the other way, you just flick diagonally down right with the right stick, just like that. And you can just spam it back and forth if you want to get the spam down. Okay, now we have our first dribble move where I will pop a controller up on the screen and I will show you guys what ways you want to aim the sticks with arrows. First move I want to show you guys how to do is the momentum crossover, which looks just like this. This move has been in the game since literally, I think, the beginning of Park, maybe even before that. Now, I don't think you can do it when you have no adrenaline boost, so you guys definitely want to make sure you have adrenaline boost. Let me shoot the ball to get those back. And this is a move that's not that effective. Like, if you just do this, like, it's not that effective, but it is a move that a lot of people like to start their combos with, and it just, you know, looks clean when you just sprinkle it in. And so the ball is in my left hand. So for this one, like I said before, a lot of the moves you got to hold sprint. So we're going to hold the sprint button, and then the right stick and the left stick are going to go upwards to the opposite ball hand. So we want to go top right with the left stick and the right stick, and it'll look just like that. Now, if you want to go to the left, the arrows are just going to switch sides, and we're going to aim both sticks left and right at the same exact time to the top left, just like that. And also, you don't want to flick them. You literally want to hold them in that direction because you want to run in that direction. So if you flick the sticks, it might give you the animation, but sometimes it doesn't work. So I always make sure to run in that direction to hold the sticks in that direction. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is the long hezzy that looks just like this. And the animation that affects this is the size up escape. So we have on John Wall. If you do put on Damian Lillard, you will get a faster one. And if you just spam it back and forth, your player starts like doing that. I don't know what that is, but sometimes it works. I don't really do it too much though. This move doesn't look that crazy, but it can crab your defender, get your defender stuck behind you sometimes when you're dribbling. And this is another move that I just like to throw into my combos. Like, it doesn't look that nice on its own, but when you're comboing up and you do it, like, it's something that you guys need to know if you want to be a top dribbler. And also, if you guys haven't been able to tell yet, I am starting off with the basic moves and getting more advanced as we move on. So basically how you do this, and I'm not going to put a control on the screen for this, is you hold the sprint button and the right stick just goes up to the right. The ball's in my left hand, so I want to go, you know, switch sides with it. If I want to go to the left, you know, the right stick's gonna go top left with the right stick, just like that. The next move I'm gonna show you guys how to do is the pull down move, which just looks like this. And I don't even know if that's what it's called, but that's what I've been calling it for the last year. And this is a move that I actually don't do that much this year, but it's something that I feel like you guys need to know. I feel like it's not as effective as it was last year, but it's still in the game, so I want to show you guys how to do it. And so how you guys do this move is you want to hold the sprint button. That's something I've noticed this year, is you need to hold the sprint button in order to do this move, I'm pretty sure. So you're holding the sprint button, right stick's gonna go straight up, and at the same time, the left stick is gonna go basically straight down. You guys see the ball's in my right hand, so with the left stick, I'm actually gonna favor that left side, so a little bit left down instead of just straight down. And so at the same time, you want to flick the right stick up, left stick gonna go diagonally left down, just like that. And if you want to do it the other way, right stick's gonna go straight up and the left stick's gonna go downwards right, just like that. Now I want to show you guys how to do the Asta slide, and this is gonna be kind of tough to do in this half court setting because it's a move that you guys are gonna want to do on the threes, or if you play rec or pro am and you're running down the court. It looks just like this, just like that little crossover right there. And it's a move that you don't really get stolen the ball from a lot on. So you do that, a lot of the time you're going to crab your defender. So it's a really good move to, you know, get your defender stuck behind you, and then you just got to open shot. And all you do to do the Asta slide is when you're sprinting, so you are holding the right trigger, you just flick down on the right stick. It's literally just down on the right stick while sprinting, and you guys will get that animation. A lot of the time, like I said, your defender will get stuck behind you. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do the spin back, which is a move that I actually don't do a lot, but it is very effective this year, so I have to put it in the dribble tutorial. There's the one like that where you can kind of run back, and then there's the one that I did before where you get the hop back animation. I'll put the controller on the screen, so the ball's in my right hand, so I'm gonna run in here, and about like here is when you guys want to do the spin back. And literally what it is a spin back with the right stick. So you're going to make an opposite C shape. So you guys know what a C looks like. Because the ball's in my right hand, I'm going to spin the stick on that side. So we're going to start on the top and then spin it literally to the bottom. So if it's a clock, we're going from 12 on the clock to 6. Backwards C shape when you're running in, just like that. And of course, if the ball is in this hand, then you just want to make a C shape. You know, it's not going to be backwards because we're going to be on the left side of the right stick now. Now, one of the last moves that I want to show you guys on this 6'2" build, which I do also on my 6'5" build. So even if you're a taller build, you guys definitely want to watch this part of the video, is going to be the misdirection behind the back. And that is a huge reason as to why I put on John Wall Size Up Escape. And it looks just like that right there. And then you run out of it, but I'm out of adrenaline boost. So hold on, let me get some boost back. And what it looks like is that. It's a very glitchy move. You can actually spam back and forth once you get it down. It's a very good move to have in combos. And also, I just like running out of it. Like, you guys see how quick that is when you run out of it? Like, look at this. So quick. And if you guys have on any other Size Up Escape package, you're not going to be able to run out of it as quick as I can with the John Wall Size Up Escape package. Also, it gives a very nice like hop, which is nice. So it's not just the speed boost out of it, but I also like the animation itself. Now, like I said, we were starting off basic, and as we got on through the video, it was going to get more complicated. This is probably one of the toughest moves you guys would learn in this video. I will put arrows on the screen though. So the ball's in my left hand. I'm going to hold right trigger. Make sure you're holding right trigger. Right stick's going to go downwards, right, and left stick is going to go left. So whatever hand the ball is in, the left stick goes that way, and you flick the sticks at the same exact time, just like that. So now the ball's in my right hand, so the right stick's going to go diagonally down left, and the left stick is going to go to that ball hand. So I'm going to be going right with the left stick, and of course hold right trigger, and it'll look just like that. Now what I normally do when I do the move is I just run in that direction. It's usually a wide open shot because that move is so quick, and your defender is like really never expecting it. Now a key thing you guys need to know is not only with that move that I just showed you, the misdirection behind the back, but with all these moves, you know, that little behind the back, the long hezzy, the quick cross like that. What you guys need to do with all of these moves is hop into the Gatorade training facility, hop into your My Court or wherever you guys can practice, and just start practicing your own combos, because the moves by themselves, yeah, they might work. Like if you just hit him with a misdirection behind the back, yeah, you might get open, or like one of these behind the backs and you just run out of it, or like a quick cross, you might get open off that. But the best way to go about it is, of course, like I said, standstill dribbling is very important. It's going to throw your defender off, and you don't lose adrenaline boost this year while you're doing it. So practice your standstill dribbling combos, which is just mixing in all the moves that I showed you. And then after doing that for, you know, a couple seconds, when you feel like you can get open, do one of the moves that I showed you before, like the misdirection behind the back, just like that, and run out of it, and then you'll probably have an open shot. All right, so I'm now on my 6'6" build. If you guys could not tell, you know, I look a little bit taller, more lengthy, etc. But I'm on this build because a move that I like to do a lot on this build is this. Now this I'm pretty sure has to do with your signature size up, because that's what it is. It's just a signature size up. And I don't do this on my 6'2" because my signature size up on that build doesn't really have the best, you know, signature size of spam. But I use Tracy McGrady on this build, and sometimes it's really glitchy because, you know, you hit them with the John Wall misdirection behind the back and then the signature size up like that, and I feel like it's just a glitchy move, especially on taller builds. I don't know why, but like I said, I don't use a good enough signature size up on my other build in order to, you know, spam it consistently. Like, it's just not worth it. It's usually a turnover, honestly, when you do it on the other build with Steve Francis or Trae Young, whichever size up you're using. But on a taller build like this where you can't get those, this signature size of spam is pretty good, and you can do the pullback right after if you want to, because that also, you know, look at that, it's pretty glitchy. And I'm doing this with no stamina too. Like, I guess stamina doesn't even matter when you're doing this, and it's so simple. All you do is hold right trigger and then flick the right stick up, and it does that. And you can spam it too. Like, you can spam it if you want, or like I said, do the pullback right after, which I showed you guys how to do that earlier. All right, but yeah guys, that's gonna do it for the #1 dribble tutorial on all of YouTube, the ultimate hand cam dribble tutorial video. If you guys have any questions on how to do any moves, or, you know, anything about animations or badges or settings or whatever it is, ask them down in the comments below, because I'm gonna be going through all of them. Of course, my IRL channel link will be in the description if you guys want to check it out. I've been posting a lot of prank videos in there recently. If you guys want to laugh, just check out that channel. It's called Life is Solo. And if this video helped you out or you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
They don't think that I meant it. They didn't know who I was. I had to make sure they know who I am. I was a youngin' to come up with a whole lot of hits before I was even a man. Always been the hardest artist in every room. They just don't know where I stand.